Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. You can do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman for some fantastic beard products that'll make your beard look and smell great. You can also go to TCG Player using the affiliate link below and shop there to help support the show. And last but absolutely not least, go to greyvikinggames.com with the link below to get those sweet arena codes. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're playing good old-fashioned 5-color Niv-Mizzet deck. I'm relatively busy, so I didn't actually make this deck. I decided, hey, what's some interesting decks in Historic right now? This is the only one that I thought I would have fun playing. I'm not even lying to you. So this I took directly off of MTG Goldfish. I will put the link in the description below, as usual. Also, whenever I take decks from somewhere else, and I don't change them at all, when I provide links, I gotta reiterate, I have not changed this deck at all. I did not make this deck, I did not design this deck. You'll see where exactly I got the deck from and who made it in the description. Going over the deck, this is a 5-color Niv-Mizzet control deck, where you can pretty easily see that we are playing best of 3. So, we have 3 Fatal Push. This card isn't exactly 2 colors, however, it is exactly decent at making sure we can kill some early game cards. Now, I've said before that I personally prefer Bloodchief's Thirst, however, this is instant, which is going to be pretty helpful, and since we are playing some actual, creatures here that we don't exactly expect to not die, we can still get value off of the Revolt. 1 Grafdigger's Cage in the main deck. This I think is pretty reasonable here. So many decks right now are leaning into the graveyard, even if just a little, and having a single Grafdigger's Cage can just break them so easily. Additionally, you have a lot of the Collected Company decks running around, and if you're able to weave the Grafdigger's Cage in with some of your other controlling elements like a removal spell, or, utilizing Expressive Iteration to set up your following turns, it can be very beneficial. 2 Vanishing Verse, it just exiles a monocolor permanent, and it's something that we can get off of Niv. 3 Expressive Iterations, it sets up your following turns, can help you smooth out your draws for land reasons, and can help you search for the exact answer you need once you get later onto the game. Also, it can be searched Niv, or found with Niv, I should say. 4 Territorial Kavus. Now, this card's actually pretty interesting in this deck because it has Domain. So its power and toughness are equal to the number of basic land types, among lands you control. And we're playing 5 colors, so we plan on having all 5. Also, when it attacks, we get to discard a card if we want, and we get to draw a card. Or we can just exile a card from a graveyard. Once again, this card is fine because it's a pretty decently sized body. But also, it gives you that little bit extra play against the graveyard strategies, which I really appreciate. I talk a lot about having cards that have just incidental value in certain situations. For Lightning Helix, it can be found off Niv, but also it deals 3 damage to a thing, and you can gain 3 life. When you're playing a control deck, you really want to make sure that you're not dying. So against an additional control deck, or sure, whatever, against someone who's playing control, this is a nice way of getting some reach. We have early game cards like Kavu to kind of pressure the life total, and once we get to the part in the late game where they might be relatively low, Lightning Helix provides that reach. But against aggro, this allows us to have removal. That also gains us life. This card is just fantastic. 1 Hydroid Krasis, Simic card that we can get off of Niv. What's really great about Krasis, do you remember when Krasis was the card in Historic? Because I do. And now it's only played here? I don't even think they play it in the Simic ramp decks anymore, do they? I feel like Simic ramp is now just ramp into Ulamog Ugin. I could be wrong, but I don't think they play Hydro Krasis anymore. But Krasis used to be the card. I mean, it still is good. It draws you cards and gains you life, equal to the X you put in, and has Flample, which is always nice. So yeah, it's just nice. Not modular card, but variable card. Chipper's Mario commands can act as removal, can blow up an artifact, helps you to draw, to filter your cards, and then can yeet an artifact. I think I said that one already. Right, I did. It can make a treasure token, essentially ramping you. It's a helpful card. 1 Maelstrom Pulse. It blows things up. That's about it. Klothys is another one of those cards that just happens to have a lot of nice module value. It is Graveyard Hate, but it's also ramp. It's also a way to drain your control opponents and gain life against the aggro opponents. Very, very helpful card. For Deafening Clarion, remember when I said we need to not die? Clarion will help you. One, Binding the Old Gods. It is great removal, but it's also mana fixing, right? You can grab, excuse me, 1, 2, 3 of the Tri-lands, which will give you access to some other mana that you might be missing for Niv-Mizzet. Speaking of Niv-Mizzet, this is like the point of the deck. You cast a Niv-Mizzet after you've used a lot of your kind of control-y cards, and then essentially you just get more cards. I mean, by itself, it's a 5-mana 6/6 that flies, but it also just comes with typically like 3-4 cards on average. That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. And of course, we have a Scarab God in the main deck. This allows us to reanimate things if we want to. It's not true reanimation because we exile the card and we get a 4/4 version of it, but in some situations, that's actually fine. This, I think, I think this overrides it, but, you know, it allows us technically to get back Hydroid Krasis, so instead of it being a 0/0, we actually can revive it as a 4/4. You can get back Klothys and things like that, so just generally speaking, really good card. Allows you to scry and gain it, and force your opponent to lose a bit of life. This is the mana base. Again, I did not create this mana base. It is what it is. In the sideboard, we got a Graphicer's Cage. If we're going against actual graveyard strategies, we want to bring that in. 3 Dovin's Vetoes against the control decks. Additional Vanishing Verse, likely against things like Elves or Mono White. Other Mono Green decks, maybe Mono Blue as well. Mystical Dispute against control and other primary blue decks. An additional Fatal Push against anything that's super low to the ground. A Despark against anything that's not low to the ground. Apparently there's more Vanishing Verses. Just gonna go do that because this game is stupid. An additional Maelstrom Pulse against decks where you'll see a lot of the same thing, or against decks that you need to deal with things like enchantments, for example. Additional Klothys, bring in at your own discretion. Cleansing Nova can help against larger creatures, so, you know, Deafening Clarion isn't going to be able to kill everything. Cleansing Nova will, and also it can allow you to destroy artifacts and enchantments. Tefers, typically I'd bring this in against control. And then Coma, again, I typically would bring this in against control. So let's hop into some games. I've not played this. Interesting historical ranks. Boop and boop. Yeah, like, I'm fine with 5-color decks in general. Many people might be saying, what are you doing? I thought you hated the 5-color. No, it's just in Brawl. I don't think that there's sufficient power in, like, monocolors to justify having a lot of those things legal in Brawl. At least in my version of Brawl. But when it comes to systems like this, I'm totally fine with 5 colors. So, we have a very interesting hand. We will be able to play Prismari Command. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. We also do have Fatal Push. We don't really have Lightning Helix for a little bit, but I think I'm fine with this. Yeah, we have literally every color but white. Goblins. I think we shock ourselves to kill the Prospector. Yeah, next turn we can play... Next turn we could play Tomb Tap, but it might be better to play the Mountain. Yeah, I'm not messing with them untapping with this. I know this is an instant, but I don't want them to have any value here. And they might sack it to, like, shock me, maybe? No. Yeah, I just felt it was better to do that. Yeah, the main reason, I guess, for playing the Mountain is so that we could possibly just play Prismari Command. They did nothing. That's very strange. I think I am going to go with the Overgrown Tomb. Because the Prismari Command functionally does something similar. They shock themselves for no reason. They're not a normal Goblin deck. They are Mardu Goblins. I mean, I could kill this with Fatal Push, but I just don't think it's worth doing. Why? Oops. I'm so very confused. I'll go and play a Mountain here and just pass. Holding up a Prismari command. Technically speaking, I could Prismari command sack the treasure and Fatal Push something. That is like a 3-drop. So that is something that I can do. It's a relatively easy way to trigger Revolt on your Fatal Pushes is by sacking your treasures. I'll take 2 to make a thing go right. I'm just kind of confused. I can just cast Niv-Mizzet next turn. I can make a treasure and kill this. I am going to make a treasure and I am going to kill it. But I'm not sure that I'm going to cast Niv. I think I might just cast Binding, which sounds stupid, and it might be stupid. It's probably stupid. I have a second Niv. So they'll be on 5. If they, why would they not be playing other goblins though? I'll just play the Niv here. Again, on average, I'll get 3 cards. I might have to discard a card. Like, a 6/6 is going to be... Well, I guess not, because they do have black in the deck. I was going to say a 6/6 is going to be hard to deal with, but... Yeah, I mean, I got 3 cards. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see, so white-black comes first. This is after. Okay. Broodmoth. Interesting, I guess. I mean, I can just... I guess I pulse this. I can also just... I think I just binding this. Yeah, I'll just bind this so I can get a land next turn. I'm not going to attack. I think I win this game relatively easily. I just need to not die from nowhere to like a Muxus or something. Another Broodmoth, okay. Anyway, we just got a Ketria, so we're gonna get an Indatha here. Play the Ketria as well. I mean, just kill this. I could Fatal Push. Attack here. Let's see. Next turn, I can Deafening Clarion. I'll attack this time. I only get punished if they have a 3-drop Lord. I'll take 2. I'm fine taking 2. Okay, my opponent has nothing. I guess I could Deafening Clarion to also gain life here. That way I'm literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But I think I would rather just hold up Lightning Helix. Unfortunately, I do only have 1 white mana right now. But I definitely win this race. Play this tapped. End the turn. Cool. I did that just so that they couldn't kill my Niv. Alright, we're going against Gabos, I suppose. Might not want Vanishing Verse. Fine with Maelstrom Pulse. I don't think I need Cage. I mean, I didn't see Mux, but I had to assume that they're playing it. What do we get rid of? I think Scarab God's too slow. Uh-oh. Excuse me. I think Scarab God's too slow. I mean, Kavu could be big fast. Yeah, man, Klothys. I'm going second. Since I'm going second, I think I want to be more reactive than Klothys is. Honestly, I could probably cut a Niv-Mizzet. I think I'm fine with this. And my reasoning there is, if I can just deplete their ability to kill me, I'll be able to draw Niv-Mizzet and then just draw a bunch of cards and continue to deplete their ability to kill me. That's the thought process. I could be incredibly wrong. Interesting. I legitimately feel like I can keep this hand. Because Territorial Kavu will be a 2-mana 4/4. I have 5... this is a 5-card hand that's good. Do I think I can get a better 6? I'm going to say no. We are going second, which is not the best. See another Prospector. We have another Triome, so that's nice. So next time we can shock ourselves, play Kavu. Turn after that, we can Helix, or just play a second Kavu. I mean, this is already a freaking 3/3, dude. Alright. We don't do anything. Does it matter which I play? Technically, I don't think it does. But I literally already had that. Oh, right. I would need the Forest. I'm smart. We have a nice 4/4 here. Green comes first. I think they just have Munitions Expert, or whatever the heck that card was. Yeah, Munitions Expert, and they just didn't want to use it there. Goblin Matrone. I could Deafening Clarion here. Shock myself. Putrid Goblin. That's a weird choice. So I could shock myself. Let's Smorgasbord. Sure, I'm actually fine with that. They can't cast Munitions Expert. They can cast a burn spell if they have it. But they didn't sack, so I assume they don't have it. Don't want to discard any of this. Not really. I guess I can't play the Maelstrom Pulse anytime soon. So sure, I'll get rid of the Maelstrom Pulse. Awkward. That's fine though. I can play the Triome next turn. And one of these. Got another Skirk. Alright. You hurt yourself to play the Skirk. Alright. I'm going to murder the Skirk here, I think. Could I do both? This needs the white and red, and then I could do both, but I would be losing it. I guess this would also be a 5/5. But I mean, they just jump block. Huh. Then my mana stuff would be a little bit weaker. I wouldn't be able to cast Niv next turn. Oh, right. Never mind. This is not a swamp. So it'd still only be a 4/4. I think I'm fine just doing this. I think I would rather just kind of guarantee the Niv next turn. And for what it's worth, they should sack here. 100% they should sack here, because it means that the Lightning Helix would fizzle, and I would not be able to gain 3 life. should sack here. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna BM with the will emote. I don't want to discard anything, so I will exile a card. I'll exile this. Fantastic art. Hideous Goblin. Fantastic art. I love the raven that's in the top right, top left from our perspective. It's her right. Shut up. Ziggurat. Cool. You have 5 mana. Next turn I have Niv-Mana. We have another Matron. I'm gonna get Muxus now? Like... I'm so very confused. Okay, there is Muxus. So far I haven't really seen the reason for playing white. Did I see any white cards for that? Oh, they had played Broodmoth. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I'll play Niv. That's Sag. I mean, I've got the removal, which is good. I mean, I could have attacked there, but they just chump block. So do you have a lance? Okay, they have a lance, so they can play Muxus. Do you hit well? You really don't. And a part of that probably has to do with the fact that you're playing things like Luminous Broodmoth I didn't get to see. The top. But they're dead in the air. What? I will say good. Sure. I tried. Okay, I tried to click GG. Black, red, totally understandable. But I don't think white's worth it. You really dilute the... Because, like, right now, I'm fairly certain, like, objectively speaking, Muxus is the better Goblin deck, right? Like, you could probably make non-Muxus builds, but I feel like Muxus is the best Goblin deck. iStarly, hilarious. We have an iCarly fan. Loved that ish. They're playing Lurrus, which is disgusting, though. Oh, I'm a bad person. Okay, so I can... Okay, this hand is fine. I'm missing blue, and I only have 2 lands. However, I have a Grafdigger's Cage against a Lurrus deck. I also have a Territorial Kavu, which is going to be a 4/4 next turn when I play it. Unless they Thoughtseize me. Do they take the creature that's large or the cage? They probably have removal for the creature that's large. Which means they should take the cage. Unless they don't actually care about their... They're playing black-green? What? Black-green Lurrus. Black-green Lurrus. Yep, they fail to push it. I have another one where that came from. Black-green. Food? Could be Food Lurrus, maybe? Oh, it's counters Lurrus. Gotcha. Let's do this and this. Awkward. Yep, well, that's an instant, so I should have definitely done that second. Going to discard Expressive Iteration. Thank you. Yeah. Not really a reason for them to double block. We're 5/5 now. They get to draw a little bit. They can eat a lot of things out of the graveyard with Skoos. They decide to put Lurrus in hand. Then a Tune, sure. I'm probably just going to Binding the Schools. Ring Blast counters energy. Interesting. A Vanishing Verse. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you get this. Pay. Eventually, you may choose a creature card in your hand. If you do, that card also gets it. I am going to attack here because I am going to yeet their Constrictor because I do not want them to have it. And I think instead of Binding, I think I leave up Prismari Command plus Vanishing Verse. Yeah, so that way I could kill Lurrus, make a treasure. Red, blue, this. Make a treasure, Vanishing Verse the Skoos. They're really trying to think whether or not they should chump with the Long-Tusked Cub. I guess if they chump, they do have the ability to... Okay. I was going to say they have the ability to actually get something back with Lurrus. I guess another thing that I could have done before I let them take their turn is I could have just killed the Siphoner and exiled the Skoos. They would have been able to get Siphoner back. But then I could just Binding on this, whereas this way they get to draw a card. Although, they do lose a life, so I guess that's helpful. And I do have a reach with the Lightning Helixes that I've not drawn any of yet. So in terms of stuff that we're bringing in, we're definitely going to bring in the Maelstrom Pulse, maybe the Nova, definitely the Cage, definitely the Klothys, definitely the Push, definitely the Verse. Yeah. Yeah, I think we bring those in. Now, as to what we take out, that is a harder question to answer. Because even the Scarab God's not terrible here, although they might be too fast, too low to the ground for the exile effect of Scarab God to matter. So I might be cutting the Scarab God. Probably the Expressive Iterations again. And again, maybe a Niv. Opponent deep in the tank here. I think that's smart. I think it's correct of them to attack first. See, if they didn't attack first, if they played the Lurrus first, then I would execute my plan of murder Lurrus, vanishing the Skoos, so they'd miss out on 2, possibly more, damage. And I think they might be trying to decide if they want to activate Skoos here. So if they activate Skoos, I probably wouldn't do anything. At least not at first. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very interested in seeing what my opponent decides here. Or if they decide nothing at all. And they just let the time run out. Yo, Wizards, where's my freaking music, dude? I don't think that... I mean, they knew about these. I don't think they were dead, though. Anyway, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Definite Boop. And Boop. Gotta get rid of 4 cards. Yeah, I'll get rid of all the iterations. Maybe I'll only bring in 1 verse. Yeah, that's fine. Wizard, seriously? The lines. Look at the lines. For what it's worth, I'm fine that the lines are there. I just want more avatars. Gimme more. I have no idea why I vaguely recall, like the early comeback of Britney Spears. Fuck, what was? I don't know. Was that the one with Womanizer? You are. You are. I think that was Womanizer. Dude, my brain is just like sifting through the knowledge of the years. And all I can say is, I don't understand music today. Because for what it's worth, like at one point, you know, we had like a boy band pop scene, I guess like boy band, girl band pop scene. We've had kind of an alti rock pop scene. We definitely had like a emo rock type pop scene. And actually, you know, we've had like some rap in the pop scene, right? Very at least to an extent, right? Like the indie club era, from like 50 Cent. But now we're on, and we've had the trap pop, and we're not in the same era, right? We're not in trap pop era anymore. I think we're still in the emo rap era, emo pop rap era, and I don't get it and I don't like it. I like emo. I like rap. I don't like when they're put together. I don't understand Gen Z music, okay? I'm over here still like listening to freaking new Coheed and Cambria and like saying, "Oh, hey, did Bullet for My Valentine release a new album anytime recently? Oh, look." And I'm just like, I'll be on like TikTok or something, and I'll see like Spotify, I'll see like different people's Spotify links, and it'll just be stuff I've never heard of, I've never seen, but it's like it's like you could be the whitest person, and it's just the same, like it's freaking Cardi B. Crap. I can't remember now. Because I don't remember any of these freaking artists, dude. I'm looking it up. I didn't mean to talk about this topic, by the way. It's just something that I thought of. Was like, I don't understand why this is everyone's freaking music desire, you know? Where did I put these, dude? My opponent has just given up, I guess. Oh, for what it's worth, everyone also is just rocking Taylor Swift, which I guess is whatever, right? I have too many pictures on my phone. I don't know where I put this. Is it an album? I thought I saved it. I don't know anything anymore, dude. Where's my shit? Where the fuck's the shit that I'm talking? We're playing another game because I can't. Why can't I find this on my phone, dude? I'm gonna keep looking because I have to explain to the kids that I have no idea. I think I saw like Mac Miller a lot. I think he's the one who died, right? I don't want to be insensitive. I guess maybe he's one of the many people who've died? I don't know, dude. Is it Megan Thee Stallion? Is that who I'm thinking of? A lot of Uzi. Was it a lot of Uzi? I don't think this hand's good. Kinda gotta keep it, though. And then we play this tap. I can't Fatal Push. That's fine. I'll just play the Kavu. Hey, look, I have another Kavu. I can play Kavu here. Next turn I can Marsh Kavu Fatal Push. God damn. I guess I could just go to my computer. Popular Spotify. Spotify. Oh, look, they have this. So it looks like they sacked the Shambling Glass to play this, and then they shot me. That's fine, I guess. Got rid of my Niv-Mizzet. Oh no. So sad. Let's do this so I can hurt them. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. Like there's like some weekend, but it's not a lot, man. Let's go to today's top hits. I need to mute site. Thank you very much. Who the fuck is the Kid Leroy? Decent amount of Adele. Decent amount of Post Melon. Oh, it's one of these decks. I see. So it is that you know the deck. I'm very confused as to why they have all the... Oh, right, this came in tap, dumbass. I'm gonna drop the Clarion. Discard card. Discard card. Drop the Clarion. And I'll drop the Fatal Push as well. Hey, look, they're at 4. Well, Expressive Iteration. Okay. Put this in the hand. Put this back. And play this. Hey, look, 5/5s. Anyway. Alright, now I just feel like an asshole, because I'm not seeing all of the names that I saw. I see a lot of Doja Cat. I do see a lot of Doja Cat. What are we even I mean, I could bring in Cleansing Nova. I guess I could bring in Dovin's Veto, sure. Bring in some Dovan's Veto. I'll bring in D-Spark, Maelstrom Pulse. We don't need the KG. Probably don't need Fatal Push. I guess I'll bring in Nova. I don't think I need Vanishing Verse in this deck. Eh. Is it worth it to bring in Teffers? I think I can get rid of Scarab God. And bring Teffers in, maybe? I think that's it. I think that's fine. Maybe? Maybe you'll think of me. Why is Jason Derulo still, like, topping charts? Oh, a lot of Drake. Ton of Drake. Although he's been around for a while, I guess. Alright. Garbo. Top hits. Oh, you know what? Let's go to Teen Party. Let's make sure we're muted. Okay, Teen Party. Yeah, I'll keep this. play Zagoth, I guess. We'll play Zagoth into Territorial. Then turn 3 we can play Expressive. So this will be a 4/4. Hey look, it's a blessing. Let's iterate. Okay. We'll put this in our hand. What am I missing? I'm missing white. Put this back in the deck. Put this over here. And then hit you for 5. But I'm going to discard a card. This card's going to be Ketria Triome because I have dupes and I don't need them. Deafening Clarion. I should have also gotten rid of Deafening Clarion. Probably could have kept something in. Next turn I can Binding if I want. Ba-ba-ba-bum. That's just rude. Awkward. I technically don't have anything to do. Play the Triome? I can just cycle the other Triome? Ah. Luckily I can blow that up very easily. I don't need these Clarions. I can just play this tapped and bind in the Pact. Note to self: put the Vanishing Verses back in and take out the freaking Clarions that do nothing. Another Demonic Pact, you say? Awkward. Let's grab another Indatha. No, I think we just play Niv. Discards, draw 2. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely cards I can get, like Maelstrom Pulse, D-Spark. Ah! Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and play the Triome tapped. With the discard, we get rid of 2 Clarions. I get rid of 1 more card. I guess I can just get rid of this Overgrown Tomb. Just keep all of this value. So let's see what they're going to do. They draw 2 cards. Fair. Reasonable. Next turn I can despark this. They can also just choose to get rid of it if they want. Thoughtseize to take my D-Spark, incredibly rude. They take my Krasis? Oh, okay. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Meant to do this. They took my second Niv, rude. I do still have Expressive Iteration, though. Wait, for real? I have Dovin's Veto. I'm going to hit them for 6. They're at functionally 2 here? Because of my Lightning Strike? I'm just gonna destroy this now. Technically, I should have Expressive Iteration first. Before playing the land. Let me just make sure I have Dovin's Veto up. Blue-white, I do. Yes. Okay. Just making sure. I will. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will put Helix in my hand. Do I want to put Tefers back in the deck? I feel like I don't need Tefers. I think I put Dovin back in the deck and just let my Teferi fade away. But I do not have the ability to play the Kavu here, which I think is fine. And I don't Dovin's Veto anything that is going to make me lose the Gom. Sorry, I don't Dovin's anything unless it would make me lose the Gom. Mood? Is BBE bad pitch energy? I don't understand. Okay. All I'm saying is I just don't know music. And I don't like not knowing music anymore. I feel out of touch. But also, this deck seems good. So, when I'm done working tonight, I'm probably going to just grind with this, maybe? Maybe make it a Patreon video. Depends on how soon I can get done. Let's go to Mastery. We're barking up Runo's Tree. I'm going to go over to Pacts. I guess one of the biggest issues with the Niv deck is that it is very, 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 very not budget friendly. And here's what I mean. You know, we got some, you know, uncommon, rare, uncommon, rare. Well, oh yeah, this is the only way you can get lightning. Rare, mythic, rare, mythic, rare, uncommon, mythic. Let's go to the lands. We have a single basic, rare. I think you get the pattern. Let's go to the sideboard. Okay, we have a good old-fashioned uncommon, another rare. More uncommons, that's fine. Uncommons, sure. Rare, mythic, and mythic. That is like that's a two-hand countable on non-rare / mythics, I think. So the deck seems to work nicely. If you draw your mountain, then you get effed up by like Field of Ruin, but you made that decision when you decided to play a 5-color deck in this economy. It's good. It is good. But it's very expensive. I'd like to thank my lovely patrons for the continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the show, you'll find links in the description down below. Do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I will be one.